First and foremost, thank you so much for being a client of the Rubenstein Fox team. We so look forward to working with you and helping you find your next home. Wanted to quickly run through the new exclusive buyer agency agreement. It's not just a requirement for us, it's actually a nationwide requirement that all buyers must have a buyer representation agreement signed in order to view homes with a realtor. The first form that you'll see is the disclosure statement of affiliated business arrangements. What this is telling you is just that Baird and Warner has relationships with these other companies. None of these things are required for you to use. We don't make money off of you using them, but we just have to let you know that Baird and Warner is affiliated with them. Next, we get into our actual exclusive buyer representation agreement. What this agreement is stating is that you are a client of ours and we are your agent. It is establishing that relationship just like we do with sellers. In number one, we dictate what areas you are looking in. This can be a very broad synopsis of your home search. The next line goes into who your agent is. So this will be the Rubenstein Fox team as well as your designated agent. Under the bold heading, you'll see that this is going into the fair housing. It's just that we do not and will not discriminate for any reason. Number two goes into the term of the agreement. Generally, this is filled in for 1 year. If we need to modify, change it, or comes up and we need to terminate it, we certainly can. Three describes our duties to you, everything that we will do for you. Number four describes things that you will do with us. Number five is the compensation. The commission was and still is part of the real estate transaction. Previously, it was displayed on the MLS how much a seller was willing to compensate the buyer's agent for representing the buyer. This is no longer able to be advertised on the MLS, so now we have to dictate what a buyer's agent compensation will be. We have several ways to work around this, including when we submit an offer, asking the seller to contribute to the buyer's agent commission as it has been done in the past. Sometimes it will need to be a contribution from both sides. You're paying the seller, and then the seller is paying their agent. The seller might also pay your agent, or when you're paying the seller, within that payment to the seller could be included the money that you would pay for your agent compensation. Either way, it all is worked into the transaction. The compensation dictated here does get paid at closing. It's not due ahead of time. Number six goes into the retainer fee. This was if you wanted to prepay a portion of your commission that you would pay to your buyer's agent, and we would hold it as a retainer fee. If you close and purchase a property, then this would get applied towards any compensation that you would be paying at closing. Number seven is just letting you know that, of course, we do also represent other buyers, and there might be times when multiple buyers are interested in the same home. Number eight is stating that there always could be scenarios where we may have previously represented a seller who is now selling with a different agent, and that legally any confidential information we learned while working with that seller, we obviously cannot disclose. Number nine goes into dual agency. You will get a dual agency disclosure, which we will touch base in a few minutes. 10 through 13 just go over some legal disclosure. Please feel free to read through those. Number 14 is going over the different disclosures and brochures that you have received. Number 15 is just going over Key Mortgage, who is an affiliate of Baird and Warner. 16 through 18, again, go into more of the legal jargon. Please feel free to read those at your convenience. At the end of this form, we all just simply sign, date, and fill in our info. This last page here is your dual agency disclosure. Dual agency is when the same agent represents both the buyer and the seller. In this case, both the buyer and the seller need to provide authorization for their agent to represent both of them. Legally, it is still considered dual agency since all of our agents are on the same team. We will separate that transaction oftentimes and have one member of the team speak with the buyer and one member of the team speak with the seller. That way, nobody has to feel like they're providing any information that they wouldn't want the other party to know. As always, though, if your agent is representing both you and the seller, please rest assured that no confidential information is ever shared with either party, just like we wouldn't share with you anything that we have received in confidence from the seller. We wouldn't share with the seller anything we have received in confidence from you. Hopefully this quick rundown gave you a good idea of what the new exclusive buyer representation agreement entails and makes you feel comfortable signing it. If you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to reach out to your agent and discuss any of your concerns. We are always here to work with you and help you in any way that we can. And most importantly, best of luck on your home search.